So this is my 2019 Southern Ohio deer hunting story, my buck that I got in the rut. I had my brother-in-law John come out and his cousin Mike, and we had a good weekend. The weather was good, the winds were shifting around, it was nice and cold, so a lot of deer activity, and had some deer in front of us, and had some ups and downs and couldn't always recover the animals, but I'm doing everything we can out here. So we had pulled a couple of trail cameras and we're taking a look at pictures, and we saw some nice bucks. This guy's just got mostly a right side, and then this guy that's super tall, he's got some nice brow tine, so kind of a tall brow buck. And then this dandy, he's like a 10-point with some character as well, all on this property that is mostly woods. So we were going to try and get into there. And we had an opportunity, break in the middle of the day. John went and got some coffee, and he wound up getting a crazy opportunity at a buck. Jumped out of his car. A buck was running towards him, and you can find that story if you click on the link down in the description here. But so after farting around with all that, kind of got a late start, and I was going to take a decoy up to this very spot at the top of the hill, but didn't wind up having the decoy because John had it in his car. So I get up there with just about 2.5 hours to hunt, and I'm only up in this stand like 30 minutes. And the wind was just kind of off from where this bed was. I wasn't on the downwind side, but I was definitely set up in a spot where I thought deer could be moving through. And sure enough, this deer came out of the doe bedding area and was coming kind of towards me. And so I had enough time to get ready. He was nice and calm, and he was actually working himself towards a scrape and a rub that were right next to each other. Never seen that before. And he's this nice tall buck, and I'm like, yeah, he's coming right in. This is too good. So I wind up erping him, and he doesn't stop, erp again, and I let fly at just like a 12-yard shot, and didn't see where the arrow went. I saw him tail down, go running straight away hard. I was marking a spot on the tree, and then eventually I heard a crash, and I thought, I think he's down. But it wasn't positive of the shot, and I got down, I couldn't find my arrow, and so I was like, that's not good if it's not a pass-through. And so I decided to wait till dark before getting down. And when I was down there, I actually had a doe blowing at me for a little bit. So I was like, well, there's deer moving around. So climbed back up in the stand and had some other bucks come out. Had this guy come out. And I was actually getting some B-roll footage for this story, putting my bow on and off the hook. And there he is. So I'm like, geez, got to pay attention here. What's going on? But then had a doe come out later, and then a doe that was being chased by a buck. She was being pushed. So there's a lot of really good action. And because of the way John hit his other buck, I wound up reaching out to a lady I know who has a dog who tracks deer, and so we wound up using that same dog to recover my buck. And I don't really have any good video footage of that, but great experience with that dog helping us to find him. Good blood trail. I think we probably could have found it anyway, but since we had the dog out, we thought, what the heck. And just a lot of fun, having a lot of people up there helping me drag it out and recover this animal. So super good time. And then the rest of the weekend was good. I already had a buck, so I wound up setting up in some other spots. Had this other buck come in, and eventually he winded me and looked in my direction, smelled again. I think he actually got the ground scent to start with, but then looked right up at me and just bolted about 10 yards away. But just a great weekend, and then John was able to seal the deal on a buck the very last night he was going to be hunting. Called one, rattled one in, and you can check out that story in the description. I'll put a link to it as well. So just a great weekend, a lot of fun with the guys, and the fellowship's always up so high. It's kind of sad when everyone leaves for home, but overall, great deer season.
Let it raffle.